Hello everyone, I'm Drake like the Dragon, and welcome back to even more exploration of what episode 5 of Scarlet Holler has to offer. I have so many saves, and I still don't know if I'm going to have to actually start a whole new playthrough from the first episode onward to just try to get to different outcomes, so I'm gonna just see if there's any more that we can possibly find in this. There's specifically a lot to do with Oscar that I think I've missed out on, but it's hard to know because frankly I've not kept up with what all of my saves kind of lead to, really. He's been in the hole, the one under my room, so he's not upstairs, is he? He yelled at us when we tried to go down there, so he stayed over at my place, but my parents are kind of sick of sleepovers and said Rosalina has to go back to her house. But then Mr. Gutierrez is still under her room, and I don't think he wants us around. He's been talking to himself. Yeah, he's kind of scaring us. So maybe you can go talk to him. What kind of stuff he's been talking about? What about this rock found down there? Have you seen this old movie, The Amityville Horror? He sounds like the guy in there who tried to kill his whole family. Not that that's gonna happen. Especially if you talk to him. Do you think the ghost wasn't really gone? There hasn't been any weird ghosty stuff going on, so I don't know. The dad in that movie was possessed by something when he went crazy. Maybe my parents were just kidding, and we can go stay at my house again. Okay. Rosalina's room is exactly as it was on Wednesday night. The very moment Stella opened the trapdoor, the carpet is pulled back, the hatch leading to the basement standing wide open. It sends an uncomfortable shiver down your spine, remembering the way it felt to see it in the twisted mind of a dead man. For additional context, I have Speak with Animals and Keen Eye in this playthrough. I ended up sacrificing my years to get rid of the ghost, and I didn't find Stella at the end of last episode. This better be good, Oscar. Enter the basement. Oh, hello. You descend into the basement to find Oscar, crouching on the dirt amid a pile of muddied paper. There are markings scrawled on their off-white surfaces, words, symbols, all forming odd patterns. Oh, the music is cool. A Chivo, just who I was hoping to see. You would not believe the discoveries I've made. Or maybe you would, given everything you've witnessed this week. But it doesn't seem to matter because I finally have someone I can share this with. Because let me tell you, Rosalina was not ready to hear about everything I learned. Don't get me wrong, I get it, she's just a kid and she's had a miserable week. But you, Achivo, are an adult. Your brain is fully formed. No, I see that look in your eyes. Before you say anything, let me just catch you up to speed. The town is alive. Well, maybe alive isn't quite the right word. Do you know about the Portuguese man o' war? Colloquially, we refer to it as a single organism, but it's a colony of different organisms working together as one unit. Genetically, they're all the same, but I'm rambling. Scarlet Hollow is like that, but the different organisms are these stone carvings, like the one right here. The individual members of the colony are waking up now, and I've been talking to one of them for hours. It's proving to be an invaluable research assistant. Whoa. Rosalina says you yelled at her. Did I? Oh, she misunderstood. The connection I've formed with the carving, it's almost psychedelic, and much like LSD. There are profound truths that it has to offer that an expanded mind naturally and rightfully intuits as correct. But these things can also be extremely dangerous, even to a fully formed and guarded mind. They are not for children. I tried at first to explain it to her, but it only seemed to make her upset. So naturally, when the girls tried to come back down here, I had to warn them away. Neither of them are prepared for this sort of thing. Hold on, you spoke to her, but isn't it night? No, I suppose it's not. That sunlight's coming from the hatch, isn't it? Then I've been down here for nearly a day, and Rosalina has been up on her own. No, that's alright. She's quite independent. And I'm doing this for her, of course, and everyone else in town. None of them will have futures unless we fix what's wrong with this town, and I'm starting to understand now. It's the carving. It needs help. It must be cut free. You can imagine these stone carvings as nodes on a web or organs in a body. I'm mixing my metaphors, but the important part is there's a connective tissue binding all of them, and that web is Scarlet Hollow. We're all trapped in that web. Caught in it, like, literally? Yes and no? How do I explain? Essentially, every person in Scarlet Hollow is bound to the town. People can try to leave, but the binding is elastic, and the more they pull away, the harder it snaps them back. And it's only gotten worse now that the Holler is starting to wake up. If this is all true, then how did my mom manage to leave? I don't know. Maybe she figured out a way to unwind herself from the web or stretch it out as thin as she could. Perhaps knowing about the nature of Scarlet Hollow is enough to resist its pull. Even that resistance takes a terrible toll on a person. Though it's possible that knowing only meant she could force herself to stay away for as long as she could despite the consequences. From what I heard, there were consequences. Perlan could have embellished how hard it was for her out there, but the cancer, that was a fact, wasn't it? And she didn't leave forever anyway. This town got part of her back. You. Now when you say all of us are caught in it, I mean anyone who passes through the town. But there's a cumulative effect. The longer you stay, the deeper your ties, and the more tangled up you get. If you drift into town to work at the mines for a few months before heading back out, you might just be left with a spell of bad luck. Maybe a tug at the back of your mind telling you to go back, that things were better here. I certainly felt that tug. Years and years of it. I always thought it meant I was weak, that I wasn't cut out for life outside the Holler. I can't tell you how good it feels to finally know it wasn't my fault. There's a simple explanation. I could never truly leave. It wasn't my fault. From your enthusiasm, I take it you have some sort of plan? I do, actually. Dad? Rosalina and Alexis leaned down from the hatch, silhouetted by the sunlight pouring through the bedroom windows. Rosalina, sweetheart, I'm in the middle of something at the moment. You've been down here forever. Alexis is hungry. I'm hungry. You've got to be hungry too. Can you just come upstairs for food? Oscar sighs, rubbing the bridge of his nose. His glasses have left deep marks in his skin, irritating and red. Right, the time. I'll be up in a second. You said that? I promise this time. Achiva's just about to leave and then I'll come up. Come up now. The pizza rolls are already on the counter. They're gonna defrost if they're out much longer, and I don't know how to work your oven. You hear the girls' footsteps above you as they walk towards the kitchen, talking amongst themselves. The connection is weaker now, anyway. Maybe the stone wants me to take a break too. Before I forget. He reaches for one of the books on the floor, casually ripping a page free and holding it out to you. It's a map of Scarlet Hollow. There's another one, on Julius Tremaine's farm. It's already starting to wake up. Go there. Do what you've done with the others, and hopefully I'll have more for you when you're back. I'll refuel. Make sure the girls are squared away. Then it's back to work, if the carving still wants to talk. Before I go, I should tell you about what I found this morning. As you recount your journey into the Forbidden Wing, every harrowing detail, Oscar seems to grow pensive, restless. He keeps glancing down at the stone, his lips partially forming words that are never quite audible. He pauses when you finish, as if listening to something you can't hear. Yes, I see. It makes sense that your family, the Scarlet family, has a connection to the nature of Scarlet Hollow. This isn't surprising. I assumed as much. But you shouldn't pay too much mind to what you found at the estate. Not yet. Missing the forest for the trees, you understand, yes? The important thing, that is, the bottom line, is the town, or at least the part of the town I've been in contact with, wants to free itself. It's trapped, as all of us, after all, and if we help cut it loose, it doesn't matter what you found up there. So we focus on the goal. We focus on the carvings. You're not gonna wind up like Charlie, are you? I doubt it. I'm a living man. I imagine it's much harder to twist something like me than, say, the remnants of a shattered mind, not tied to a physical body. As long as no one is planning to murder me, I'm sure I can handle a little communication with unfathomable beings. Especially considering I had the advantage of going to college after the discovery of certain substances. That is to say, I have plenty experience navigating this sort of enhanced state. Experience that I'd wager Charlie didn't possess. You've done enough, Oscar. Take care of yourself and your family. I'll handle the rest of this. Yes, I've been down here a long time, haven't I? This thing is as dangerous as it is helpful. So easy to lose myself in conversation. I'll rinse off, cook for Rosalina, and myself. I should probably eat too. But once I've refueled, I can come back down. I don't know why this carving has chosen me, but it's already helped us so much, hasn't it? For the first time since that blood stain appeared on the carpet, I actually feel useful. I'm going to make it count. Roll for sanity, dude. You and Oscar climb out of the basement together. You attempt to say parting words, but he quickly ushers you out the door, clearly already eager for the chance to return to his rock. Very interesting. Oh, if it isn't the visiting crackpot. Let me guess, you're here with more evidence that this town is run by a cult? I found some things this morning that the police should know about. You hesitate for a moment before beginning. Should you explain everything? Just what you found at the estate. It's hard to tell just how much attention Deputy Franklin pays you from behind the shelter of his sunglasses. He at least goes through the motions of taking notes while you recount your tale. Occasionally, between scratches of pencil on paper, he asks a question or nods or gives an unreadable mm-hmm or is that so in response, and eventually your story is done. A recently used dungeon locked away in a hidden labyrinth in the Scarlet estate, and I thought I'd heard everything, but I suppose crazier stories have turned out to be true. Now, I'm afraid I can't just investigate your cousin's house without a warrant, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drive up to the mine and have a little chat with Miss Scarlet and see exactly how her story sounds next to yours. Despite everything you claim to have found in the estate, it doesn't sound like you necessarily distrust her. Could be she'd give me permission to poke around. You're coming with me, though. Like, as partners, am I about to become your unlikely sidekick? Absolutely not. You're a witness, not a cop. You've probably not even been to police academy. No, you're in protective custody until we sort this out. Okay, let's go. I've been itching to get out of the office since I clocked in today. Derrickson and Hugby always take the fun police work for themselves. Oh, damn. Her cousin is actually the one pointing me in her direction. Said there's some sort of dungeon up at the estate, the kind that's been used recently. I'm just trying to get a clear picture of things. Franklin, I ain't about to give you a gold star for trying to book this town's only source of revenue. I need you down at the farms pronto. Oh, and then off we go. What's a 187? Police code, not for you to know. Ah, hell, since you're headed up there with me, there's a good chance you'll see something you shouldn't see without a little prep. Sounds like there might have been a murder up there. Ooh. I've never met Julius Tremaine. What's his deal? How fortunate for you. He's got a reputation around here as one of the more unpleasant and surly individuals in town, and I think he likes it that way. He's got a thing with privacy. Anything to keep people away seems like a good thing in his book. So he's got his place set up like some kind of hillbilly horror movie. Bear traps in the grass, tripwires everywhere that do God knows what. I've been lucky enough not to find out, since the sheriff tries not to get involved with the whole Calloway and Tremaine situation. As much as the Calloways would prefer we had a heavier hand, but the sheriff says we can't go picking sides. Though what he needs all that privacy for, I couldn't tell you. It's always seemed suspicious to me. No innocent man needs that security. You know what I mean? The sheriff seems to not want you to go after Tabitha. Do you think she's paying him off? Are you asking me if I think Sheriff Earl Hugby is corrupt? Not a smart question. What if I was in on it? You're lucky I'm an honest cop. I don't think anyone in the department is dirty, but I do think the sheriff values order and appearance. And I think that sometimes he lets what he knows about the town finances and its treasurer cloud his judgment about good police work. And if Pearl and Scarlet donated an occasional cruiser to the station, well, that cloudy judgment becomes downright foggy. But as a man, I do think he's honest. There's something terrible waiting for us at the farms. I can feel it coming. No shit. Listen, everyone thinks that they're up for a ride along until things get real. It's normal to get nervous in the back of a speeding cop car. What do you mean a murder? Who murdered who? Your guess is as good as mine, but there are a few moving pieces in that dispute. Duke, Bowen, Irma Calloway, Julius Tremaine, any of them could be a possible victim or a possible perpetrator. As you're aware, tensions are high between those families. It's been a real pain in the ass for the department, and a sinkhole for the county resources. And that's just keeping the list of possibilities limited to the most directly involved parties. From what I hear, that kid Winnie took in has been spending a lot of time up by Julius. So that's another possible body. So the mayor is a very good boy and terribly ineffectual executive. Scarlet Hollow is a small town that doesn't need much in the way of government. I think folks are fine electing the sheriff and leaving the politics to the dogs. Plus, it's a nice little event. Finally, it gives me an excuse to take the button maker out of the closet. And campaigning door to door is a great way to get to know the community. You don't really think Bo is dead in there, do you? I mean, this is interesting because I'm not, like, being arrested, and yet all the kind of options are the same. Okay. The officer dives forward, reaching for his gun. Don't you try it. Julius, come on, man, put the gun down. You got what you wanted, alright? Julius seems to listen, but he also makes sure to kick Franklin's gun into the far corner of the room. Damn. Oh. Julius is interrupting by a figure stepping into the basement stairs. Oh god, that can't be him, that can't be him. You stay away, Duke. Nobody else needs to die today. They sure as hell do. Oh! Ooh, he's on Julius in seconds, axe raising and falling in a bloody mess. He keeps going and going, and nobody stops him. Julius's body slowly loses its humanity until it's nothing but meat. Sorry, Franklin, looks like he fell on his axe. That's what I saw. Finally, Duke turns his attention to the mewling thing still curled on the corpse of his son. Duke, stop, wait. Oof. What the fuck? What the fuck? Your hands are wet. The water is spreading, pooling around you, making the floor slippery with mud. Duke, please, it's just a baby. It didn't know what it was doing. I'm sure this must be awful. I can't imagine what it's like to lose a son. He ain't lost. I just saw him breathing. He just needs help, that's all. The water is suddenly much higher. It rises up past your ankles. I'm gonna kill that thing, then I'm gonna get Bo some proper medical help. Take him over to the next county if I need to. It's like everyone in the room is in a different world, arguing while the water rises. Just cry quietly in the corner. That's interesting. That's a very interesting ending as well. What do you think it'll be like to be part of someone else? Maybe it will feel like what we just went through. Like the world is a story I'm being told in a dream. There's not much point in speculating, though. I think I'm about to find out. Thanks for coming to see me off. I know you're not supposed to remember me after all this, but who knows, maybe you might. I hope you do. And then here she is. We need to get back to town. We have to help Stella and Tabitha and everyone else, but before that... Thank you for caring enough to save me. Of course you cared. After the two of you spent all of yesterday looking for Stella together, even though you've only known each other a scant few days, it was only right that you come looking for her when she needed your help. I don't know what I would have done without you. Now let's get out of here before we both get sucked back into the dream. Was there someone else here? Those figures, the ones that were dancing through the illusions. All of this is meant to confuse us. Don't make it doubt your reality. You and I are alone here. Everything else is a dream. What did I come to save you from? This place, it took me out of the world, trying to isolate me, to erase me. I feel strange. We need to leave. I think it's trying to get its hooks back into you. It can try all it likes. You already broke free from the hold it had on you. I kind of wish I was here with Tabitha. To kind of see how that plays out. So I'm trying to go see if I can find Stella. And it's like referring to yesterday because we never found her in the end. Maybe she was just out on an errand and you and blank just happened to stop by her place at the exactly wrong time and everybody else in town just also happened to miss her. And maybe her phone was just broken or off. The possibilities of Stella being here unharmed are practically endless. And the possibility of something bad having happened to her is so small. Something bad is just one little outcome in a sea of potentialities. Oh, you knock on her door. It gently creaks open the same as yesterday and the house is quiet the same as yesterday. You know in your heart she isn't here. Damn. I'll help this once, but you better come up with a better plan soon. This isn't a long-term strategy. Huh. I appreciate if you cool it on the judgment. I barely had any sleep, you know, so my patience isn't exactly what it usually is. I had to check on him every hour to see if he was still in there, and the few minutes of sleep I did get were all nightmares about him breaking free and slaughtering half the town, myself included. Very graphic nightmares, might I add. All those paintings of his didn't help. I swear I kept seeing them around, slipping in between cracks all night, whispering to each other. It was fucked up, and now I'm fucked up, so I could really use a little less sass from you about how I had to tranquilize my son. when the current alternative is waiting to see whether he can break the damn door down if he puts his mind to it. But at least you're helping. I'm grateful for that. You go ahead, I'm sure you remember the way. I'll be right behind you. Ugh. The streaks are drying to a crusty brown, showing without a shadow of a doubt that he's desperately pulling his paint from his own veins. Give it 50 years or so and it'll be just like what you found at the estate, only with the occupant still trapped inside. So you came back to see the mess you left behind, but you didn't expect me to be in one piece, did you? Whoa. Well, I'm all healed up. Aw, didn't even get to talk to him. Reese, I was only trying to help. I'm not your enemy. Neither of us is. You both hate a part of me so much you'll lock all of me away just to keep it contained. You'll get what you want someday. You'll finally be safe when that part of me dies along with the rest. Aww. Sweet boy! Oh. Damn. I didn't realize I'd have this much. Whoa. Though once you arrive, you're met once again by the sounds of an angry crowd. The strike, it seems, is raging on, perhaps even angrier than before, bolstered by their increasing number. You don't have to deal with the striking miners if you don't want to. You saw where Rosalina snuck in the other day. That hole in the fence is still there, if you feel like being inconspicuous. You approach the mob. You have nothing to hide, so you have no reason to fear them, and maybe they deserve to know a little more about the family that writes their paychecks. We've got a Scarlet here, heads up, people. Hope you weren't planning on visiting your cousin today. I think you'll find she's not in the best mood, since almost all her workers are out here, not making her any money, and I doubt her handful of scabs are doing her much good. Not that we'd let you in to see how she's getting on anyway. One Scarlet is bad enough. Who knows what schemes the two of you might cook up. No offense for blocking anything coming in and out. No deliveries, no lunch orders, no visitors. That means family too. No offense? Davis, I'll never get you. Even after you got fired, you're still minding your P's and Q's. Firing Davis was the worst mistake Miss Scarlet could have made. At least half the mine flocked to our side after that. If I were you, I'd turn right back around to go someplace else today. This is really interesting. I can't even remember what I've done to make a full-on fucking riot happen here. Maybe I'll trigger a riot and then just like go about the other way. I don't even work it. It's not like I'm crossing the picket line. It's about showing her how serious we are. Doesn't exactly make us seem like we mean business if you're letting her favorite cousin for an afternoon tea, does it? If you want any more reason to hate my cousin, there's a secret torture chamber in the estate. You can go and see for yourself. A murmur builds in the crowd. I knew it. I knew they were hiding things. Every old money family's like that. Skeletons in their closets and cash in their wallets, right? Bloodsuckers. Yeah, bloodsuckers, like vampires. Now that I think about it, that Tabitha is awful pale, isn't she? Doesn't go out in the sun much, only eats macaroni and cheese. Just like a vampire. It all makes so much sense. Now hold on, I didn't mean it literally. No, I like where this is headed. Who cares whether she drinks blood metaphorically or literally anyway? Fuck Tabitha Scarlet. You make a good point. Fuck Tabitha Scarlet. Let's burn this place to the fucking ground. Okay, settle down. Let's not. No gods, no king, no bosses, and no vampires. Fuck ice, by the way. Burn the mines. Wait, let's think about this. We need to keep the mines in one piece, otherwise burn them to the fucking ground. Davis raises a megaphone in a desperate attempt to control the crowd. People, I hear where you're coming from. Yeah! But let's try and channel that energy more productively. By setting the mines on fire! No! But we want to! I get it, you're angry, and I'm angry, and it seems like things are reaching a boiling point. So how about we go and tell her, peacefully. Remember, together with a rock in the road, not one hurled through a window. Yeah, peacefully, so she doesn't see it coming when we burn it all to the ground. No, ideally there is no burning involved. If we play our cards right, we'll get better pay, more sick time, and more improved working conditions. Can't have any of that if there's no mine, okay? That also works for me. It's a disappointing compromise, but one I'm willing to make. Alright, now let's go to her office. Start a riot. Damn. The crowd erupts in cheers as Davis starts up the hill. They follow along after him, chanting rhythmically, a pulse of anger that quiets with distance as they make their way towards Tabitha's office. Only Isaacs remains. He glances nervously back at the crowd before approaching you, closing the distance like an anxious deer. The things you said about the estate, they don't have anything to do with Wayne, do they? He's up there, but I'm not sure you want to find him. If I don't, nobody does, and the man deserves to be found no matter what state he's in. I knew it, man. I knew he should have stayed clear of that woman. Isaacs hurries towards the parking lot with fresh urgency. His car door slams hard, the sound echoing up through the mountain air until it's drowned out by the sound of his revving engine. He pulls out the lot, his decision made. Follow the mob and go see your cousin. Ironically enough, there's probably no safer place for you to be right now than at the heart of an angry mob, ready to enact its justice upon your family. You step through the gates. The mob you stoked gathers outside Tabitha's office. The air here is electric, the rage of the workers barely contained. Momentum is not on the side of peaceful resolution. Show yourself, Scarlet, before we burn you out of there. The door swings open, and your cousin appears, shotgun in hand. I hope you've all come here to tell me how sorry you all are, and that you're going back to work right this second. Because otherwise you're trespassing, and I've already called the police. They're on their way right now, so I suggest you either get back to work, or get off my property. I don't care which. We're just trying to talk, ma'am. Don't ma'am me, Davis. I fired you yesterday. This is clearly a retaliation. Yeah, don't ma'am her. Remember, she's a monster that feeds off the blood of her workers. She's not deserving of being ma'amed. She'll come for our children next. Don't think it stops with us. Think of our children. Yeah, she's gonna kill and eat our children. What the hell are you talking about? This is insane. You're all insane. Tabitha cocks her gun, the sound cutting through the outrage, forcing silence. I'd better not see anybody else take a single step forward, you hear me? Whatever, you can't shoot all of us. No, but I can shoot at least 2 of you. Now let's hear some answers. You've all been on my payroll. Some of you have been here for years, yet nothing like this has ever happened before. So where did you all get this idea, huh? Who started it? Just tell me and appropriate disciplinary measures can be taken. The crowd remains silent. No one speaks. No accusations are hurled. Tabitha's frown deepens. Boy. Quite a few options we could try here, I think. Remained nestled in the crowd. You tried to make yourself small among the crowd, ducking your head, trying not to be noticed. I told all of you that I just needed more time, that I'd have an answer for you on Monday. I'm grieving, and meeting you, even halfway, on your ridiculous demands requires more work than you can all possibly imagine. But none of you have ever wanted to treat me like a human being, have you? I'm apparently just a piñata stuffed full of cash, and you're here to beat it out of me. You don't have time to respond. The wail of a police siren raises on the breeze, and it's getting closer. Deputy Franklin exits, adjusting his sunglasses dramatically as he slams the door behind him. I thought we made it clear that any violent action taken towards the mine would not be tolerated by the Scarlet Hollow Police Department. One guy. Hugby really sent one guy? For the love of... I'm afraid the sheriff is a bit preoccupied this morning, ma'am, but fortunately for you, I'm the best one guy he's got. It doesn't matter how many gold stars you got in cop school. One guy can't arrest all of us. Well, Mr. Zax, maybe not. But how about I start by arresting one? Franklin lowers his sunglasses to reveal that his pale blue eyes have already locked directly on you. Is that who I think it is? My dirtbag cousin? Of course it is. Is this how you repay my hospitality? So my mother was right about you. I don't know what would compel a person to turn against family like this. People aren't just gonna let him take me away, are you? There's a drawn-out, uncomfortable silence between you and the mob of miners you stoked into a frenzy just minutes earlier. We don't really know you. And you were the one talking about burning down the mines. We didn't start that. I think it would just be best if you had time to cool off. There you have it. The people have spoken, and I agree. In one swift motion, his cuffs are around your wrist, clicking soberly into place. The officer's radio crackles to life. She's going to eat our babies. Damn. What a shame, Deputy. Sounds like you've got to get going. I'm not sure what's going to happen if I leave. Tell him the mines are on fire when you get back. You'll call the National Guard. That'll put the fear of God in him. We need all hands on deck. Franklin attempts to address the crowd. Don't make me call in the National Guard to take care of things. I'll do it. I have the authority. The crowd does not acknowledge the man. They continue shouting threats. A glass bottle breaks somewhere. Miss Tabitha, ma'am, the situation is out of control. I strongly suggest you come with me for your protection. Officer, I'm sure you realize that the second I leave this place, these idiots are going to burn the mine to the ground. That may be so, ma'am, but that's for the fire department to worry about. I'd rather not have you burn along with it if I can. Fine, I give up, but I'm not riding with my lunatic cousin. I'm taking my own car. Interesting. That's right, boss lady. Run away like the kicked dog you are. Book. Whoa, brother! So, Derrickson runs in after a few seconds. Then a figure appears outside the car door. 1 moment later, you hear the click of a lock, and Isaac says, "Come on out." You get out moving on instinct. The stone is louder outside. Its song is buzzing in your ears, drowning out the world, calling you up the hill towards the old farmhouse. You're not Isaac's. You can't finish the sentence. The buzzing drowns out your words. You can almost feel it pulling, your feet aching to move. Not what you were expecting, maybe? I am a little different now, yes. I hope that's not a problem. Thank you for sending this one up to the house. The other was in bad shape. Damn. Mentally, too, he was lonely, maybe. He had me, but I guess he didn't like me much. He likes this one, though. But you don't want to stand around talking, do you? Go on, I'll be watching. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. The witch is at her most vulnerable. I trust you'll know what to do. Oh, shit. We reunited the friends. Oh my god. Tabitha wipes her wet cheeks, doing her best to hide her tears before anyone can notice them. Are you real? Don't expect anyone to see me off. I saw your brother today. He didn't understand what was happening, but was so upset about it. He's most of the reason I even found you. It sounds like she was giving you a reason not to do this, Kanika. Maybe you should listen to my cousin. Okay, fine. I know what you're talking about. What do you think I'll like being stuck? I just know I need to grin and bear it for the sake of everything my family built. That includes a town. For Sybil's plan to work, it would mean destroying Scarlet Hollow. Doesn't mean you have to die. Waiting for either Kanika or Tabitha to speak. I think this is all fucking stupid. What, you're just gonna do what Sybil says? No questions asked? That's not the Kanika I know. You're stubborn as I am, remember? That thing is asking you to give up your life for some vague greater purpose, and even that is probably a lie. It says it's done this before. It probably came up with the perfect line to feed each and every one of its victims so they'll give up willingly. Don't you have dreams and ambitions and, I don't know, stuff you want to do? Do you really think none of those things matter just because it said so? Where's this coming from? I thought you hated me. No, Kanika, I have respect for you. You stick to your guns. You're the one that hates me. I know what I have to do. You and your family have always valued your hold over the town, over the happiness of its residents. How can you look around at the way things are and see anything but misery? Do you know what I think I see when I look at Scarlet Hollow? Don't care. I see the remains of some long dead thing, hollowed out mountains where hollowed out people work to scrape the last few crumbs of death from dried up seams, hoping to animate the corpse of this town for long enough that they can see tomorrow. It's not going to stay that way and you know it. Of course, and I know why too, but does Achivo know why? Have you thought to mention it? Shut up, I'm getting you out of here, Kanika. Tabitha doesn't waste another moment. She rushes forward, her hand outstretched towards Kanika. Help her save Kanika? Interesting. We didn't even get to, like... is it only if I've got the mystical trait that I can get an offer to get my years back? Oh, man. So we kind of save Kanika against her wishes in this one? Interesting. I'm gonna load... Tabitha, there's a dungeon in the estate. Okay, so same sort of thing. Same sort of thing. Okay. Right. Okay. Sneak past them. The last thing you want is to bring other people into this right now, especially considering the mania you can see glinting in more than a few pairs of eyes. This crowd could easily get out of hand if you're not careful. Outside your cousin's office, the only thing left to do is go inside. You wait for a moment. I'm surprised you managed to make your way up here. Those idiots outside have no idea what a picket line is. They just want to make my life hell. Not that they have a leg to stand on anyway. Their pathetic little strike will end at the second they miss a paycheck. Until then, they can have their tantrum. Now, why are you here? Wayne kidnapped me in my sleep, Tabitha. He dragged me off to the Forbidden Wing. I found things in there. That thing dragged you into its web, huh? What do you think you saw? What are you going to do with the goat in the greenhouse? What a random fucking thing, huh? I think those stone carvings we've been finding are part of some sort of curse or ritual or both. I don't want to talk about this. They give you seizures. That's bad. End of story. You sound scared. You don't have to be. We can face this together. Oh, we can face this together? Not that I even know what this is well enough to face it. But you haven't exactly made my life easy, have you? Even this conversation is a fight. So true, bestie. It is a boss fight after all. What are you gonna do with the goat in the greenhouse? God, you're nosy. What I do with my property is none of your business, but if you must know, I'm hoping to finally get that garden cleared out. And a goat is a hell of a lot cheaper than a landscaper. Who cares anyway, it's just an animal. Satanic rituals? Nah, dude. There was a cell at Tabitha in the Forbidden Wing. It was hidden away. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been used recently. I don't need to lay out anything else. Just tell her what you want to tell her. I don't think you've done anything wrong. Then why barge into my office like this? If I didn't do anything wrong, why does it feel like you're trying to accuse me of something? I just know that I'm scared. This isn't going anywhere. It doesn't matter what I say, and it doesn't matter what you think. The two of us are living in completely separate realities. We always have been. Maybe it's best that we pretend this conversation never happened. You've known since day one, haven't you? And you've made me feel crazy. Okay, I'm going back on it now. Okay, so in this playthrough, we're street smart and hot. Fantastic. So we finished episode 4 by not drinking the tea, by managing to get Reese to abandon the thing he was doing, right, and run off. And then Stella and I have reciprocating feelings. I spent the night at Stella's, so I woke up at Stella's house, not in the forbidden wing of the estate. The soft cotton oversheet you're wrapped in still smells like her. The gentle morning sun shines in through her bedroom window, speckling the sheets with dazzling spots of light, warming the spot where Stella lay beside you all night. You feel like you've had a good night's sleep for the first time in days, and you know you have her to thank for. Also, what did we do with the library? Left the spirit. Right, okay. Join her in the kitchen? I hope I wasn't too noisy in here. I wanted you to be able to get some more sleep. I know it's early. Still, it can't be too bad to wake up to somebody making pancakes for you, even if it's at the crack of dawn. Give her a morning kiss. You feel Stella's smile broaden as you plant a gentle kiss on her cheek. Oh, you can do better than that. Before you can pull away, she takes your face in her flour-dusted hands, pressing her soft lips to yours. She smirks as she turns back to her pan. Aren't I the host here? Isn't that what I'm supposed to ask you? But I slept great. Of course I did. Thanks again for everything you did yesterday. You have no idea how light I feel right now. Can you imagine? Oh, I wanted something else though. How about a tofu scramble, girl? Thanks for making breakfast. I feel like I barely ate yesterday. I'm starved. Oh, no. Am I the only one in town making sure you got enough to eat? I was worried that might be the case. Good thing you managed to snap me out of my funk yesterday, or you would have gone hungry for the rest of the week. And that's the last one. Let's have ourselves a breakfast feast. Stella motions with a pancake-laden plate towards the table. You take a seat. Take a bite of your pancakes. They're incredible. A perfectly crispy crust with a light and fluffy interior, still steaming from the heat of the pan, with a generous pour of maple syrup, adding a flavorful sweetness. Rich buttery aftertaste lingers on your palate. A stack of these, made with love by someone who cares about you, is a perfect way to start your day. Should we talk about Reese? Stella seems to choke slightly on her bite of food. I guess I'm not sure what more there is to say. He's some kind of monster that's currently out there roaming the countryside, and somehow I, a professional cryptid hunter and one of his best friends, never had any clue. I'm honestly so embarrassed. I just hope he stuck around town. I know he kind of attempted murder last night, but he's a nice guy. He probably just lost his head for a second. Who wouldn't in a situation like that? I hope you run into him today. I'd like to get to know the real Reese. Maybe I can get him to do an interview for my channel. Oh, did he? Damn, I forgot. I think we should bust into the Forbidden Wing today. What a coincidence. I was also going to suggest we snoop around the estate this morning. It's like we share a brain. This is so exciting. Let's finish up breakfast and go. Let's head out. You and Stella feel like the only people in the world watching the sun rise over an abandoned library. The estate looms over the three of you, more unwelcoming than it's ever been, as if the small bit of time you've spent away in a warm house still full of love that built it has made the mere thought of the crumbling manor unbearable. Wow, I can barely remember the last time I made my way up that hill. Perlan didn't exactly make it easy for me to see Tabitha, so we usually hung out anywhere else we could think of. Your aunt had a tendency to shoot first and ask questions later, so I figured it was best not to risk winding up at the business end of her shotgun. You only make that mistake once. It's sad to see how much worse it's gotten. That cliff used to be a lot further away from the house, but it's claimed a lot of ground. The place looks like it could fall any day now. It used to be such a beautiful house. Together you cross the threshold, the ancient door creaking open to reveal a familiar dusty foyer. Knowing Tabitha isn't here to keep you in line gives this place a new feeling, like you've complete ownership of the place, and that any secrets it once held are yours to be uncovered, if only you can figure out where to look. You can feel how much the floor is tilting. Jeez, this place really has gone to the dogs since the last I was here. Everything feels so much older and disused. I can't believe Tabitha is still living here. I'm sure she has a lot of memories tying her to the place, but it feels like it could come down around our ears any second. So where to first? Let's explore our bedroom. Oh, got something up there you want to show me? Stella gives you a flirtatious wink. Lead the way. The moment you enter the room, Gretchen and Frou Frou start growling at each other. Uh-oh. Gretchen lets out a short, sharp yap. That's all it takes for Frou Frou to launch from the bed, skittering away down the hallway. You hear her gallop down the stairs, undoubtedly returning to her spot. Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is Perlan's old room, right? Tabitha really wasted no time getting the place turned over for guests. Someone's been here. The closet is wide open, and its contents have been dragged out into the room. A discolored residue smeared on some of the larger boxes gives you a hint as to who might be behind the invasion of privacy. Holy shit, that mess has gotta be Wayne, right? I think I'd know if you were that messy. Does that mean this is where Pearl Ann died? I wouldn't know. Tabitha hasn't really said anything about it, but she died in her sleep, so one can assume. It's okay, now you can sleep in my bed for the rest of the week. If Tabitha gets mad, oh well, she shouldn't have made you sleep in a dead lady's bed without even telling you. You make your way to the dresser, pulling out the drawer to check on the little opossum that lives there, and the larger one that joined it. But they're gone. Not even the bread remains, it's just an empty drawer. Nah, all those clothes have a possum stink on them, but the opossums are nowhere to be found. There was an opossum living in your drawers on your clothes? I'm glad you took that shower at my place. The closet was not like this yesterday morning. So your room has been tampered with. All the more reason to check it out. Is that a hidden door? I knew it. I knew there were going to be hidden passages. Stella whips out her camera, nearly fumbling and dropping it in excitement. But she regains her steadiness, aiming into the gloom of the closet at the sliver of light from the room beyond. Stellars, you are not going to believe this. We're here in the Scarlet estate trying to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town and have just uncovered this hidden door in Smart Hottie's hot closet. I think you're right, Stella. Wayne is behind this. Does that mean he knows the layout of the Scarlet estate? You know, I'm really starting to wonder what he has to do with all of this. I don't like how close he seems to think he is with you, but maybe he knows what's going on. Don't you think Tabitha is gonna get mad at you for filming in here, like legal action mad? That's the nature of journalism. I take risks to get information out of it into the real world. Whether that's the risk of bodily harm or legal consequences for sneaking into my friend's old house. If we don't find anything, I don't post anything. But if we do find something and it blows your dark, possibly incriminating family secret wide open, well, I guess that's a problem for future Stella to figure out. We're going in. That's right. You both step forward, Stella filming as she dramatically opens the door, its hinges creaking appropriately. Together you enter the forbidden wing of the Scarlet estate. The room you find yourselves in is mostly barren, with no real furniture to speak of. The wallpaper is peeling with neglect, and the floor tilts uncomfortably beneath you. Already you can see why Tabitha would be so intent on keeping you out of these unused rooms. This doesn't feel like a place for humans anymore. Stella continues forward excitedly, camera held up to catch every detail. You follow her into the hallway beyond the small, forgotten room. Wow, an exclusive look at the ruins of the Scarlet estate. Even if we don't find anything supernatural in here, this is already great stuff. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings at your nose, warning you away. Though there's nowhere else to run now, an ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Oh, those are fresh prints. She zooms in on what you now notice is a faint trail of human footprints along the dusty floor of the hallway. Looks like our friend has been doing some exploring on his own. We'll have to be careful. I'd rather not run into him while sneaking around in here. Investigate the ornate entryway. It seems like some kind of entertainment room. Would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. It's a miracle any of this is still standing. Tabitha should really think about moving before half of the house decides to finish falling off a cliff. As Stella excitedly films B-roll of the ruined parlor, something else catches your eye too. A bookshelf, or rather what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, now exposed to the rot of the house. And it seems that Stella has spotted it too, as she turns her camera towards the dark entryway. Hidden room? Oh man, the fans are gonna love this. Investigate the hidden room. Stella takes you by the hand, her firm grip lending you a sense of security even as you both stop over the wide gap in the floor. Together, you duck between the shelves, stopping over water-damaged books and into the darkness of the hidden room. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. But all of these are ornamental details. Gretchen barks out at the rest of the room, attempting to intimidate whatever it is she smells. Shh, Gretchen, we wouldn't want anybody to find us here. Who knows, they might try to seal it back up. Amontadillo style. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Gretchen quiets down, but that doesn't stop her from thoroughly investigating the space. This is it, Stellars. The kind of find every urban explorer hopes for. A hidden room locked away in the Scarlet estate, full of weird artifacts and keepsake no one was ever supposed to find. They weren't counting on a couple of investigating documentarians like us to go looking, but here we are, about to blow your family's sordid past wide open. Examine the desk. Open the top drawer. Hey, I've seen that before. That's the picture of Theodore they put up in the local history books. That's your great-great-uncle or something, the one who died in the collapse? I had a vision about him yesterday. No way. Okay, Enoch brought him back from the hospital. He said they had a plan for fixing all of Teddy's injuries, that they would be able to do a better job than the doctors. Oh, so now we find the notes, and as the pages unfold, Stella's eyes grow wide. Isn't that... There are more here, and little notes next to them too. The handwriting is terrible. I don't even think some of this is in English, but it looks like this one says prosperity? There's other drawings here, some of which you find just as familiar. The goat head carving from what was once the town hall, and a circle of figures from the clinic. There are notes scrawled in the margins around the designs, most either illegible or written in some language you don't understand, though a few words stand out. Prosperity next to the stone from the mines, dominion paired with the stone from town hall, vitality with the clinic. Open the bottom drawer. You're surprised to see familiar faces staring up at you from within the nest of odd glass files. It's the little opossums from your room. It seems they too found their way into the forbidden wing. Gretchen barks and strains to get at the poor beasts, breaking the eerie silence of the forbidden wing with a cacophony of doggy wrath. The opossums in turn fall over, feigning death. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. I'm not letting you go after a couple of poor little opossums. You don't even have teeth. This isn't a fight you're gonna win. Stella reaches out a foot, holding the squirming Gretchen close to her chest and slides the drawers shut. Oh, okay. Interesting. The opossums are safely stored away, where the bloodthirsty, toothless pug can't wrap her gums around their little throats. Examine the painting next. And that would be our little town. Oh, there's a plaque under it, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. Oof. I feel like writing something like this is just asking to wind up gathering dust in a neglected room like this. Let this be a lesson to all of my viewers looking to immortalize their life's work. So, all two of you, maybe. Let's see where the footprints lead. As you take in your surroundings, Stella slowly pans the camera down the length of the hall, working to build dread and tension for her future viewers. She clears her throat again, resuming her narration in a charmingly professional hosting voice. Clearly, we are not the only people who have passed through the supposedly forbidden wing. Who knows? We might wind up running into someone else sneaking around in here. If you're watching this as found footage after the two of us went missing, now you know where to start looking for our bodies. Stella drops the camera after her morbid joke, her voice returning to its usual casual cadence. Looks like the footprints go all the way down its hallway into that far door. Let's move the boxes. I was so fixated on the footprints I didn't even realize there was a room here. That probably means it has some really good stuff. The kind of stuff people put away hoping nobody will ever find. The kind of stuff that makes for a great video. Let's search the closet. This looks to me like where Pearl Ann would go shopping for Tabby's clothes. This is exactly the sort of thing she wears. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen her in that dress before. Boys' clothes? That's weird. When was the last time a boy was born into the family? What the? As Stella handles the note, Gretchen anxiously stomps onto floorboards. It's okay, Gretchen, you don't have to scroll so much. It's just paper. Really, really creepy paper. Stella zooms in on the unsettling note, making sure the camera takes in every detail. Okay, I got the footage I need. You should put that back before you get a curse from it or something. Folks, what you just saw was found at the bottom of a box of boys' clothes, hidden away in Edwardine Scarlet's closet. Yet the only child she supposedly ever had... the only children she supposedly ever had were 2 girls. This mystery is getting so thick, it's gone from gumbo to gravy. I found records yesterday, and actually, Edwardine had a stillborn baby, middle name Charles. Stella's eyes go wide. No way. You're not just winding me up, right? Because that is a bombshell. I mean, do you think... Charlie? But then... Oh my god. Okay, hear me out. What if he wasn't stillborn? I mean, he would have been a bastard son, right? And with Enoch the way he was, and the fact that your family was the whole Southern Gothic thing... I hope we find more about this. Forget about gravy. This mystery just boiled over. All these bills and receipts are in Edwardine's name. Guess we know whose desk this is. The rest of the room is so neat and tidy, it's amazing that her drawers are such a hoarder's nest of old paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Scarlet ladies have always been like this, pretending they have everything together on the surface, then being a total mess on the inside. Sounds like Tabby to a T. Don't tell her I said that. When you reach the bottom drawers, you find something entirely different. The cards that Tabitha's dad sent her. Oh my god. Stella lowers the camera, averting its gaze from the deeply personal letters. Tabby said her dad never tried to get in touch, that he just abandoned her. Kind of looks like Edwardine and Pearl Ann were keeping these from Tabitha on purpose for practically her entire life. I don't even know if we should tell her. I mean, there could be a good reason, right? Like maybe he was awful and telling her would just be painful and dredge up bad memories, but we should tell her. But let's pretend they were in one of the boxes in my room. Oh, smart. She wouldn't know we were back here. Stella stuffs a handful of them in her bag. Okay, let's go to the hallway. Let's enter the middle room. Oh boy, we've got a haunted nursery, everybody. Check the bookshelf. Read a few practice books. The boy in the wall? Are you kidding me? People are going to think I planted this or something. It's just too creepy. Hold on a minute. The little boy's clothes, the note, the fact that Edwardine had a bastard son at some point, now a boy in the wall. This is all starting to add up. Hey, hold on. This encyclopedia has something sticking out of it. So Stella has keen eye. This whole time I thought perhaps Stella is street smart, but she definitely has keen eye, if not both. So we find the drawings. Wow, these are awful. The viewer's gonna eat this up. There he is again. I'm assuming at this point that he was definitely real. I wonder what he looked like or if they ever actually saw him. Stella makes sure to linger on the image, getting plenty of B-roll on the scribbled lines. Let's approach the window. Jesus. Okay. Farthest room. Gretchen begins to shake in fear, whining meekly as she glances around the room with wide, anxious eyes. It's okay, Gretchen. It's just a big empty room. There's nothing to be scared of. Stella crosses the room, training the camera on the door just on the far side. Like the way you entered, it too has been left ajar, as if inviting you to explore what might be behind it. The doors to this room seem like they would just be almost totally invisible if they hadn't been left open. There aren't handles or anything, just keyholes. So it's gotta be a secret passage. Amazing your family really pulled out all the stops when it comes to creepy stuff. You exit into a short hallway. We find the door. Holy shit. Gretchen's whining reaches a fever pitch. Geez, okay, I get it. The scary room is too scary for a little dog like you. You don't have to go in, just don't go running off anywhere. See how the edge of the door is all messed up? Looks to me like something didn't want to be put back in there. Before you can stop her, Stella steps into the little room, her camera drinking in every detail. Oh my god. This was a prison cell. Look at all those scratches in the walls. Did a person do this? I can't imagine how much it must have hurt. It stinks too, like nothing I've ever smelled before. I've been in sewer drains that smelled better. Tabby, what happened here? What the hell happened here? That doll used to be in my closet. I hate that thing. Stella walks over to the doll and examines it. Property of Alexandra. Kids always talked about how she went missing. It's one of our town's urban legends. I wonder if they ever found her body. Maybe there wasn't a body to find. Is this how Alexandra went missing? Jesus. This doesn't at all feel like old skeletons in the closet either. The smell is too fresh, and some of those locks on the door are modern. Stella lets the statement hang in the air. I just hope Tabitha didn't know about all this. To think it's possible that the whole time we knew each other, all those nights we stayed up late talking, she might have known this existed. No, she didn't know. She wouldn't have let something like this happen. Let's just get out of here before somebody slams a door on us or... You and Stella are interrupted by a sound wrapping around you. You hear that creepy music, right? She seems uncharacteristically shaken. She clutches at your arm, the camera trembling in her hand. Oh god, someone else is in here. You know who this has gotta be. It's Wayne, trying to be dramatic and mysterious. Though it seems to be working, as you can tell from the wild-eyed look in Stella's eyes as she stares down the length of the hallway. There's something strangely compelling about it too, like he's giving you a personal invitation, asking you to come to him rather than forcing you into another confrontation. The two of you stagger back in the hall. Do you think it's Wayne? Stella seems to swallow her momentary fear, straightening back up and letting the light return to its... Okay. If it is him, he could have information. He seems like he knows a lot about what's been going on in town. And who knows, maybe he'd be more willing to talk now that we found all those secrets your family's been hiding. Take her hand and follow the music. Wayne has clearly set all of this up for you to see. It's only right for you to hear what he has to say. You silently take Stella's hand, squeezing tightly as you pull her towards the music. Come on, Gretchen, I'll carry you. Stella scoops up Gretchen, the pug still visibly shaking with the fear of this place seems to instill in her, though Stella's comforting grip seems to ease the poor little doggy's spirit. That's right, my little old lady. Nothing bad happened, besides being shaken to my core, I guess, but nothing physical. We're just seeing one scary man and then we're leaving. Her grip is firm and warm and reassuring, and together you make your way down the hall to the source of the eerie music. When you make your way to the music room, Wayne is already standing, his eyes glimmering in the darkness beyond his stained veil. I'd hoped you'd come alone. Well, you'd better get used to me being around, since your days of harassing this person are over. From now on, you'll have to harass the both of us. That's all right. You can enjoy your slattern. You and I are already bound by our fates. You need to come to understand that if you expect to help anyone, yourself included, you're running out of time. He slips away into the shadows. Whatever, let's just leave, yeah? Now, I think we've seen enough, and the floor down here seems like it could give away and throw us off a cliff any second. The warmth you and Stella shared last night seems to fall apart in the fresh air. Shaken by the unearthed secrets your family's past, tense silence holds between the two of you, as your mind does its best to grapple with what you found. The cell, the doll, Enoch's occult sanctuary, the boy in the wall and his outfits in Edwardine's closet. Is it possible that your cousin has known about all of this? Your eyes dart back up to Stella. Her gaze is fixed on some non-existent point far off in the distance, and you only try to imagine what she might be thinking. Maybe she feels you're connected in some impossible way to what you've just discovered, like you carry whatever went on there in your blood, and Tabitha who had lived under the same roof as that cell her entire life. This silence feels like a terrible thing, like detritus clogging the air, suffocating the fragile growth of a barely formed relationship. There is a feeling that the longer you wait to say something, anything, the more tentative your relationship will unravel, second by second. So say something. Say anything. Just break this awful silence already. Do you think Tabitha is going to lock me up in there? What? Absolutely not. Tabby's not the kind of person to lock someone away in a sort of dungeon. I know her. She's not the sort of person who would keep something like that hidden from me. I don't want my cousin to drive a wedge between us. We trust each other, right? I don't think... Okay, I get it, but if we're not going to Tabitha, then what are we supposed to do? We have to do something. There must be someone other than Tabitha that we can go to. Ooh, who can we possibly go to with all of this? What about your friend with the braids? Haven't we done things with her? Braids? Janie has braids, but we're not really close. There's a blurred place that comes to your mind when you think about this person. Less of a place and more of a location, but less of a location, more of an idea. You're kind of freaking me out. I swear to God, there's someone we're supposed to remember. Maybe if we just go into town, we'll find her. Okay. Stella clutches Gretchen tightly to her chest and lets you take her with you downhill, towards Main Street, where everything will make sense again. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn with a tunnel-like focus to the rhythmic falling of your feet, your surroundings distant and unreadable, save for the warmth of Stella's hand gripped tightly in your own. You lose sense of time as you go. But this is it. You know it is. Oh, is this what you were looking for? Huh. I'm starting to get worried about you. I obviously don't know anyone who lives here. Nobody lives here. Look, I don't know what you thought you were going to find, but it's clearly not here. We're out of options. Let's just go to Tabby. It's not going to be the end of the world. I promise, okay? And then Miles. Oh, hi, Miles. What are you doing here? Just looking for Sybil. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be chasing the Loch Ness Monster? No, nothing that fun. The Loch Ness Monster lives in Scotland anyway. We came down here looking for somebody, but you're the only one around, and no offense, I don't think you're who we had in mind, so we'll be on our way. Won't keep bothering you. No! No, don't leave. You feel something, right? Like something's wrong? I feel it too. I think I did something bad. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. I think it's the person you're looking for. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind, that was stupid. I just sound crazy. Not crazy, but you two are starting to scare me. Can somebody just tell me what's going on? You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, a creeping recognition, but you can't seem to hold on to it. You're not crazy, there's something wrong, and it has to do with your family. But you draw a blank on just who Miles' family is supposed to be. But Miles' dad is... I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't remember what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. I had cereal, and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait, the person was there too. I talked to them, and then they left, and I went out to the street because the office is closed for renovations, so I had to wait outside until it's done. It feels like he's recounting a dream. The memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Please make it stop. There's somebody missing, isn't there? Yeah, I think so. I feel so guilty. I think this is somehow my fault. Hey, you should stop. I think you're just making things worse. Look, I don't know about her, but you seem to get that something's like actually wrong here. Like none of this makes any sense. Okay, and now he tells us about Julius and his notebook. Do what for you, Miles? You know we can't help if you don't tell us what all this is about. I'm lost. Forget it, this is so stupid. Miles, wait. But the young man turns and leaves before giving any further details. Seriously, what the hell is going on here? Why isn't anyone talking normally? It's like everyone's going insane. Unless I'm going insane. Oh, no! Shit! I'm gonna see where this leads, but... Damn it. Well, well, did you think that everything you've done around here wouldn't catch up to you? Call off your dog, Miss Richmond. It's like you trained it to hate uniform with how much it barks when it sees me coming. You should muzzle that thing if it's going to keep acting out like this. Though I'm not actually sure if a muzzle works on something that's got none to speak of. Maybe she'd be nicer to you if you didn't bully her, officer. Now what's going on? Is there a problem or can we go? Is there a problem, she asks. Miss Richmond, a man died on Monday. You don't have to keep covering for this city slicker. I just wish we'd been able to take you in after that mine collapse. I can't help but think we could have prevented this if we just acted on our instincts sooner. Besides, you sassed me. Is that enough reason for you? I don't care who you're related to. Justice will be served, and I will be getting to the bottom of things. Okay, I get it. You think there's some kind of criminal mastermind, but I've been with them almost all week, so I guess you'll have to arrest me too, won't you, officer? I know a patsy when I see one. The type of trouble this hooligan has brought into our peaceful little town is well beyond what you're capable of. Hey, I'm not a patsy. I make my own decisions all the time. I'm always, breaking into places, doing all kinds of unlawful things. Victimless crimes, and they help put Scarlet Hollow on the map, with your fans and all that. I'd never get in the way of bringing in tourists. But I'd hate to see an innocent girl get corrupted by an outside influence from unlawful hellholes like perfection. I just hope I'm not already too late to save you from falling into a life of crime. Hey, that's not fair. No, you're right. Thank you for saving me from a life of drugs and murder. Just stick tight. I'm gonna get help, okay? You're not going to Tabitha, are you? I don't think we have any other option. She's the only person I know who has any sway around here. It's her, or you're stuck with the cops. Then I guess you don't have a problem with me telling her about all of this. Be my guest, despite what she might think. Tabitha Scarlet does not run this town. And don't worry, the Scarlet Hollow cops have never hurt anyone. You're gonna be okay in the meantime, I promise. Stella leaves me with the fucking officer, okay. She's not my friend, she's my girlfriend, man! Okay, sure, some girlfriend then. Are you actually charging me with something? Seen all of this before. Yes, yes, reading my rights, etc., etc. I think we've seen all of this. Yeah, we've fucking seen all of that already. Okay. Just gonna sit in silence because nothing I say here is actually gonna do anything. Reese! And he doesn't kill the cop either, so that's good. I'm sorry I couldn't step in earlier. I hope you weren't too scared in there. Reese is still talking, but you aren't really hearing him. Your mind fuzzy with the stone as it calls to you, drowning out the world. Oh, like in the morgue? I get it, you don't seem to have much choice. I won't stop you, but he's interrupted by the sound of another car pulling up to the farms. Oh shit. Reese? What are you doing here? Oh, a reunion. Reese! This is just another distraction. Okay. Did Reese hurt someone? Oh. Whoa, okay. Wonder what happens later with Stella and Tabitha, though. Okay. So easy, actually, if you've got street smart, to kind of convince Julius to actually kind of do this himself. I mean, I feel like everything else is just going to be the same, really. But let's see it. Interesting. I'm very, very curious about that ending because Stella went to speak with Tabitha alone, so I do wonder what that's going to look like in the next episode. But I am going to go back. What happens if we go speak to Oscar? Well, Oscar. I think he's got enough on his plate. Besides, he's not exactly an action kind of guy. He'd just tell us to wait and not do anything while things got worse, you know? Don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, just not who I'd run to in a crisis. I don't know, he's a dad. Aren't dads supposed to help with things like this? He doesn't have the best track record. Sorry, I know that must sound mean, but I'm not playing around anymore. This is serious, so we need to be serious. This isn't getting us anywhere. I'm sorry, I have to go. You can come with me if you want. I want you to come with me, but I'm not spending any more time arguing in the woods. Without another word, Stella turns away, determination settling over her as she hurries down the road with Gretchen in tow. Okay. So she's run off to speak with Tabitha. I'm gonna go speak to Oscar just to see if he's, like, trying to run away. Trying to go speak to Oscar is the same kind of, like, determination in front of the library that we had in the other playthrough, so... No, you're right. Confronting Tabitha right now is the only thing that makes sense. You already know how I feel about making this a confrontation, but at least we're giving her a chance to talk to us. The mines seem quiet today. There are no miners milling around on the surface with sandwiches and cigarettes, trying to draw out the minutes before returning to their coal-dusted whatevers. Okay, the Scarlet Hollow mines are ticking along as they always have. Alright, seems like the coast is completely clear. Stella doesn't bother to knock before twisting the door and opening it, confidently stepping into the trailer. Stella? Cousin? What are you doing here? Why are you holding a shotgun? I clean it sometimes. Guns need that kind of thing, you know that. Stella, I would have appreciated a heads up that my cousin was safe in bed at your place last night instead of having to wait up wondering if my cousin had managed to die while out adventuring around town. Let's not do the small talk today, Tabby, please. Stella pulls up a chair, and the two of you sit down across from your increasingly anxious cousin. Hey, I didn't say you could sit. Ooh, Stella's just, like, saying shit. We've just come from the Forbidden Wing, Tabby. Have you been there? Stella, what were you thinking? You know not to go in there. This is not a no. She's avoiding a lie, but it's still there. I know. I'm sorry, but the stuff we found there... Tabby, your family hid so much from you. You deserve to know. Tabitha, we found birthday cards from your dad in there. Oh, Tabitha, we found, like, Enoch's study. It was behind an old bookcase, and there were all this occult stuff in there. What, like being into the occult is really that surprising? He was a rich man in the early 1900s. Of course he was into the occult. That was like a hobby back then. You know I know that. I wouldn't have come all the way if that was it. We also found these old clothes in Grandma Eddie's room. Boys' clothes and a freaky note that looked like something might have been written in blood. It said, I'm still in here and I love you or something. I don't know what it means, but it was in plastic, so clearly she wanted to keep it. And... these birthday cards from your dad all stashed in a drawer? What? Someone had been hiding them from you, Tabby. He loves you. He sent them every year. Yeah, do you want to see the cards? We brought some of them with us. Yeah, do you... But none of that's even important because at the end of it all was this cell. A prison cell. Somebody was being kept in there. We found these old notebooks talking about a boy living in the walls too, and I feel like it's all connected, especially since there was this creepy old doll in there. I just feel like maybe your family was keeping some of their own kids in that room. And just before we left, we ran into Wayne, and I'm pretty sure he's the one who made sure we found it, but I don't know why. He was all mysterious and called me some old curse word and left. There, that's everything, okay? It's all laid out on the table. Oh, can I say something now? Tell us the truth, Tabitha. Why did you invite me here? Not the angle I was trying to take here. We can all still be on the same side. We're supposed to all be on the same side. The two of you are family. It's not like she had an ulterior motive inviting you to her mom's funeral. Right, Tabby? When Stella finishes, your cousin gathers herself and locks onto you with a steel gaze. You put her up to this. I know you did. Stella has been a nuisance for years, always pestering me and trying to visit me at work, but even she knew never to cross this line, breaking into my house. You're not that good at this. I see exactly what you're trying to do, to turn my only friend against me, to back me into a corner. Isn't that right? Tabby, come on, that's not what's going on at all. I want to hear it from them. Hmm. We're not throwing accusations. I know you didn't see your dad's birthday card, so why would I think you'd seen anything else? Well, I'm not the one who came in here saying we need to talk, so you can't blame me for freaking out. It's been a long week. Tabby, do you want to see the cards? Stella doesn't wait for her to say yes. She slides them across the table and Tabitha stares at them, hesitant. No, I don't need to look at these. Erland kept them from me for a reason. She knew what kind of man he was. So he sent me cards, so what? It's not like he came to visit. He left, and he never came back, and that speaks louder than any stupid little sentimental message he wrote on some kitschy birthday card. It's no secret why these were hidden. Perlan knew better than to let me hope he'd do anything more than this. You don't have to think that. What if there was more to it? Something else Perlan didn't tell you. How will you know if you close yourself off like this? The sound of an approaching police siren interrupts the argument before any further points can be made. Tabby, you didn't. But when? How? Perlan had a switch installed in the desk ages ago. But I'm here. I can mediate. I'm good at that. How's this? Tabby, I know you're not to blame for everything we found in the estate. Clearly your family has a long legacy of keeping secrets, and I know you feel like we violated your trust by going into a closed-off wing and looking for clues. But look on the bright side. Now we can all try to get on the same page. Doesn't that sound good? Aren't you lonely keeping all these secrets? Please, Tabitha, I don't want this to end with anyone being dragged off by the police. And with what we have on you, don't you think there's a possibility it won't be them who wind up in handcuffs? Oh, do you have any evidence of these supposed crimes? Or just footage of old rooms? Maybe an even better question would be, would you even be willing to use it if you did? As much as I can tell you like them, you've known me much, much longer. I doubt you'd ultimately be willing to turn in an old friend like me. I don't think they're capable of that much persuasion. Tabitha, I came here to be here for you. Because I know what it's like to be alone when your mom dies. And this is how you repay me? Don't try that emotional manipulation bullshit on me. You think I don't know a freeloader when I see one? I came here for you. Oh yeah? Not the free lunch? I doubt it. Tabby, you can't just act like everyone who's helping you is some master manipulator. Stella, quiet. Tabitha sighs, a certainty settling in over her. I do wish I could be honest, you know. Oh really? I wish honesty would do anything. But it's not going to keep the mines running. It's not going to fix the things that are actually broken around here. Because that's what the Scarlets do at the end of the day. We keep the machinery oiled. We make sure its components are replaced when they break. It's a legacy I have to maintain, as cruel and unglamorous as it might seem to anyone else. And I'll keep shouldering that burden alone for as long as I have to. It's what I was born for. You too, though you've been neglecting it for a long, long time. Okay, Tabby, you're starting to scare me. There's a knock on the door. Damn. want an explanation. What could you possibly be arresting them for? Stella, don't interfere. You and I can talk after they join the deputy. Talk without them? Damn. Damn, this is really... like... ultimately, Stella's siding with Tabitha here, isn't she? That feels like a bit of a betrayal for our character. Stella, back me up here. I didn't do anything wrong. Of course not. They've just been trying to help. And unfortunately, that's only made everything worse, as far as I'm concerned. And so close to the funeral. I'm grieving, and you do this to me? I can't look at my cousin anymore, Deputy. Not like this, please. It's okay. Me and Tabby are gonna work this out, and then we'll come get you, and everything will be okay, I promise. Interesting. Damn, like... is there any way to have a better solution there? We should find the next stone. I don't either. She's like, oh, thank God I didn't like how we left things. Bro, you left me. You abandoned me. But I'm sorry. It's okay. What matters is we're doing this together. Damn. So Stella just goes off on the whole thing. You can let Stella do the talking. I'll let Stella finish. In the face of your silence, your cousin gathers herself and locks onto you with a steel gaze. And we're still back to here. I don't think there was anything I could have said there. There must be a way to put an end to all this, Tabitha. You don't have to follow in your family's footsteps. See, this is what sets us apart, because I do actually. Somebody has to. You mean the mines, right? Just running the mines? Yes, running the mines and all that's required to do so. What if we just leave? Doesn't sound to me like you'll get very far. They're almost here. So what? You spend the night behind bars. What's the big deal? Doesn't sound cozy and safe after everything gotten up to this week? You hear that? You're at my mercy, so you'd better be on your best behavior. Don't want to hear that you gave the deputy a hard time. Damn. I have a feeling that, Stella definitely ends up betraying us there. Which is really sad. I was hoping we could somehow get here together, but I don't know if there was anything else that we could have done there that was different. She was so determined to go speak to Tabitha about it. Oh, damn. I think I'm just gonna leave that here. I don't think there's gonna be any new endings, but there's definitely still some alternatives that I've not been able to achieve. Like, I've not managed to get Tabitha to completely, like, break down and cry and all that. And I've not managed to get to the point where Tabitha is ready to take action in this room with me, like, instead of me. I've not really seen what can happen if I've got, you know, the mystical thing, and if Sybil offers Tabitha the lost years back. Like, there's still a lot here that's unexplored, but I really think this is gonna be it for me, guys. I mean, we're talking like completely new playthroughs to try and reach those alternative endings. And though I'm really interested in seeing how they play out, I just don't think that I have the saves needed to go for those specific endings at the moment. So I'm gonna leave the exploration of episode 5 here. And if you yourselves have had any hidden achievements or anything like that you can hint me towards, I think it would be pretty cool to follow that lead. But for now, I am putting this to rest. I'm looking forward to playing the game on hardcore mode as well. If that's something that you're interested in seeing now, before the final episodes come out, do let me know. I'm happy to do that. I feel like that'll be a cool little exploration. Alternatively, when the whole game is out, I would ultimately like to finish what I'm kind of doing with the different series on the game, but also do a full new playthrough if someone was interested in that, or just do a full new playthrough in hardcore mode. So yeah, give me your thoughts, but thank you so much for all the love on all of this. I hope you saw some cool new endings in this video as well, and I will see you soon with whatever else you'd kind of like to see. Let me know, but otherwise, have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye for now. Psych! I said I was done, but I'm not done because I'm too intrigued, so I'm making a new playthrough. I think for this one, we're gonna use Hot and Mythical to try to achieve what I want to try and achieve. I've got a list of achievements to guide me. Obviously, I don't know any of the hidden ones, but we will attempt.
One eternity later.
Oh, okay. So, in this one, I used the trait to let Reese run away, and I didn't end up managing to find Stella. So, when I was thinking of going to someone I trust, he just turned up. Reese, standing nervously at the edge of the woods, the warped faces of his paintings stared down at you from the safety of the trees. Are you okay? You look scared. Is it me? I'm sorry. I know I must have seemed kind of unhinged last night, but I'm okay. I'm not going to hurt you. You rush forward, catching the nervous creature off guard as you wrap him up in your arms. Oh. It takes him a moment to react, tensing in your grip, as if his mind refuses to accept that you would choose to touch him. But he softens, folding his long limbs around you, holding you gently against his bony chest. You can hear his heartbeat. It quickens as you hold him closer, like a fluttering bird trapped inside his ribs. Together you measure your breaths, both of you calming yourselves with the other's presence. He eventually pulls away, though his lingering hands seem reluctant to part with you, sliding all the way down your arms before they finally return to his sides. So you miss me too. Thank God you're here. You won't believe what I found at the estate, and tell him everything. Reese listens intently as you attempt to put it all into words, trying to form coherent sentences despite the panic that still threatens to reduce you to blabbering nonsense. You being dragged away in your sleep, the hidden study. Your budding doubts about Tabitha are obvious. You hear the creeping suspicion in your own voice, betraying a mistrust for your only remaining relative. Finally, you tell him about the cell and your encounter with the thing calling itself Wayne. His eyes widen. So that Wayne guy dragged you off while you were sleeping. I don't like that. I don't like him. And that cell, I'd bet anything it was going to be you stuck in there next. I never thought we'd have something like that in common. Now we both have a reason to avoid Tabitha. She was going to do exactly what the doctor tried to do to me. But it's okay. You have me now, and I'll never let that happen to you. Your paintings. Oh yeah, some of them are following me around. They're not dangerous or anything, at least not these ones. I need to get out of town. We can get out together. We don't need to stick around and see how much worse things can get. Sure. I tried last night when I was out in the woods. Don't think we can, or at least I can't. It was like I was being held back, like something was holding my heart and squeezing every time I got close to the edge of town. Whatever is going on around here, I think we have to end it before we can get out. But it's okay. I think I know what we need to do next. You know how there was a stone in the basement, the one that gave you a seizure? I'm pretty sure I don't know, connected to it or something. I can feel it, like it's in my head, and I can feel the other ones too. They're talking to me, but not in words, just in feelings and shapes. Nothing I can really explain. There was one in the library, right? That one feels like a headache, like it's trying to go somewhere and keeps hitting a wall. And up at the mines, it sounds like whispering, and it feels cold, even though it looks like fire when I focus on it. I felt another one last night somewhere in the woods. I think it was near Duke's place. It was like roots underground, warm and growing, taking something that doesn't belong to it. It's lonely, but it doesn't want me there. But that just makes me think it's where we need to go, even if it means we might find someone else like me, or something else like me. We should go get Stella. Stella's a good person, and she's a good friend too, but she's pretty close with Tabitha, isn't she? I'm not saying she's in on it or anything, but I just get the feeling she would want to talk to Tabitha, and I just don't think that's the best thing to do. I mean, you saw how things went last night. Confronting guilty relatives can go bad fast. That doesn't mean we're alone, though. There's, what's her name? Hat, black clothes, works at a store. I know who you're talking about. It was something that starts with K, right? Yes, exactly. So you're having trouble too. Maybe we just need to jog our memories. We should go to the store. I'm sure it'll all make sense as soon as we're down there. Though I can't exactly go into town looking like this. I tried to put everything back the way it was, but I don't think I got it quite right. I'll have to follow and watch from the bushes if we don't want people to panic. Reese glances nervously back out at the road, then to you. He's hesitating. But first, just in case something happens, he takes a step forward. You see it in his eyes. He's working himself up to something. His hand hovers between you, reaching, but afraid to close a distance. Finally, it finds your cheek. His fingertips are cold from his long, lonely night in the woods. His claws sharp and unyielding as they press gently into your skin. An almost imperceptible color rises in his face. His breath's coming quicker, his lips parting slightly, hopefully. His nervous eyes settle on your mouth. Kiss him. You reach up, taking him by the chin and pulling him towards you. Your lips connect. It takes him a moment to realize what's happening, his mouth a stiff line against yours, but you softly invite him to relax into you. He finally obliges, practically melting as the initial shock wears off. His hand travels from your cheek to your scalp, his long claws running across the sensitive skin and sending a shiver rippling down your spine. His other arm wraps around your waist, his body bending nearly double as he folds himself up around you, losing himself to your touch. His forked tongue explores your bottom lip, and yours runs across his pointed teeth, his mouth a warm contrast to his cold skin. His breath must be rank, though, unless he found some mint leaves to chew this morning. He finally pulls away, gasping, his chest heaving with satisfied breaths. He smiles his wide, toothy grin. Okay, now we can go. Before you get the chance to stop him, he scampers away, his long, swishing tail disappearing into the underbrush. His paintings follow him. Even though he's faded from sight, you can still feel his presence watching from behind the trees, silent. You can walk the rest of the way down towards town, knowing you aren't alone. There is a monster watching, looking out for you. And yet, when you arrive in town, you can't help but feel like the place you intended to go is wrong. Okay. We've already seen most of this. Whoa, what the hell was that? Someone's missing? I can't even remember who. God, I swear the name is just on the tip of my tongue. And that place, it's not supposed to be boarded up. My friend is supposed to live there. Something isn't right. It's like I can't even trust my own memories anymore. You're not crazy, Reese. Something is going on here. Okay, good. That feels right to me. Because I can't be crazy, or else that kid would also be crazy, and we can't both be crazy in the same way. He said we should go to the Tremaine place if he thinks this missing person is connected to something out there. It feels like everything is pointing us towards the stone out that way. Maybe when we finally get to it, we'll be able to remember what we're forgetting. It's like the town is trying to get you there. I can take you through the woods, though it's not a very easy path out to Duke's place. Lots of hills and rocks and pointy sticks. It would probably be hard for you to get there quickly unless before you have a chance to react, he's lifting you. Your feet leaving the ground as he clutches you to his cold chest. I'm having Twilight flashbacks. That's better. This way I can make sure you don't get hurt. He holds you close, shielding your face as he dives into the underbrush, taking you deep into the woods towards something awful. It feels impossible for a man with such slight frame to carry you at all, let alone so quickly and with such seeming ease. But you suppose he did this yesterday too, while you were unconscious, and that was before he had fully realized what he was capable of. But even he seems to have his limits. After a while, he's breathing hard, slowing down, stumbling slightly as he tries to maneuver up rocky hills. Though perhaps his stumbling is from more than just exhaustion. He mentioned an odd feeling somewhere out in the woods, and now you feel it too. A prickling at the base of your neck, almost like static electricity, and an emotion that comes with it, an urgency that feels like it isn't part of you, but something planted there, a desire to move faster, to keep going. It's weak, though, just a nagging little anxious thought, easily ignored, at least for now. I feel a little sick. Reese pauses, gently letting you back down to the ground. You're in a clearing, the autumn leaves crunching in thick piles beneath your feet. Ahead, you can see a place where the trees thin, where a light shines through from some bright, unwooded place beyond the forest's edge. Sorry, I guess I couldn't carry you as far as I thought. We're practically there, but I just need a second. God, I'm starving. What kind of sick? What is it making you feel? It's that feeling I was talking about, but it's not as nice now. Feels like something's under my skin, goosebumps all over, nausea. This is worse than it was yesterday. Is that good? That doesn't seem good. It's fine, it's just stronger now. Do you need to find some food? No, the paintings, they've been bringing me things. Like snacks? People snacks? Or people? That depends on your definition, I guess. They're snacks for me, I'm people, so they're people snacks. But it hasn't exactly been chips and soda. Are you sure you want to do this with me? It'll probably be fine going solo. I don't want you doing dangerous stuff on your own anymore. You shouldn't have to. I know your cousin has tried to step in when she can, but clearly that hasn't been out of the goodness of her heart. Sounds to me like she was trying to protect an asset, barely sees you as a person. And for all this talk, that Wayne guy's definitely not doing the best job looking out for you. He's supposedly all obsessed, and what good does that do? Get you stuck in a mine, in a haunted library, and an evil doctor's basement? He didn't even try to go after her, like he didn't see her as a threat. I can do better than him, that's for sure. Too much talking. Your feet want to keep moving. You're so close, just a few more steps and you could be there. I feel it already, the pull. Like I really don't want to stop. Yeah, I can see it. Your eyes are far away, like you're distracted. Like you aren't seeing anything else. You looked that way yesterday, too, when you went after the wall. The range on this thing must be huge if it's getting to us all the way out here in the woods. One of the paintings appears nearby, interrupting. It stares down at you from over the freshly dead corpse of a squirrel, clutched in its malformed little hands. Oh, that's breakfast. He sheepishly takes the squirrel from his painted golem, glancing back at you like a dog who knows he's about to do something you won't like. He raises the squirrel's limp body to his mouth. Please don't watch. Watch. You ignore his request and watch as his jaw stretches effortlessly to accommodate the entirety of the squirrel. It looks easy, like his mouth had simply always been big enough to fit a moderately sized rodent. It slides down his throat, the bushy tail disappearing between his lips. Listen, if you need to eat squirrels, that's fine, but like, why not skin them? The fur cannot be nice. I told you not to watch. Please don't look at me like that. I would eat something more normal if I had it. This is just what's convenient. You must be staring at him strangely, though you aren't really sure what your expression is at the moment. Between the incessant pull from the edge of the forest and the insanity of watching a man down an entire raw squirrel, you weren't paying attention to yourself. Can you digest all that? What about bones and fur? Oh, you know owl pellets? That seems to be how it works for me. I won't do it around you, though. That's private. Why is he talking for so long? He's stalling, isn't he? Doesn't he know how urgent this is? How did it taste? Pretty good, actually. There's this weird appeal to it, especially when I eat it whole. Some kind of wildness that's almost a seasoning. It pops on the way down too, like a gusher, but the insides have this, okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but a nuttiness that's almost like there's stuffing inside. And I guess there is, and at least part of it is probably literally nuts. And it's a really unique experience. How many squirrels has he had? It's hard to focus. Your ears are doing something strange. His voice sounds far away. Oh no, I really should have stopped talking. That was way too much detail. Maybe it isn't even stalling. He just doesn't know how to share. Sad and selfish. He's not the only one who needs you. He's already been woken up. It's time to bring something new into the world. Did your painting kill it? But you don't ask another pointless question. You'll just waste more time getting another pointless answer. Ooh. That's a new achievement. I think that might have been a hidden achievement as well. You start moving. It's right ahead, just through the trees. You'll know where to go from here. Ooh, wait, shouldn't we come up with a plan or something? You're holding things up. Oh, fuck off. What's your problem with me anyway? Leave unless you want another wounded limb. He clutches his shoulder reflexively. And then he turns and runs. The cowardly thing. At the end of the day, it can't save you, but you can save yourself with some guidance. Okay, so now we're here by ourselves, unolded, and I think there's like another ending that I can explore here. There's no illusion, no trickery, but perhaps remains a narrow path for you to walk. Okay. So it's her life or mine, is that what you're saying? There's a very distinct possibility, though any harm visited on you won't come from me. You're in danger and I make a powerful ally. Speak the name. Okay. The dagger tears into her. Everything that is not her pours out of the delicate tapestry of her existence. the parts she arranged so neatly scattering, their voices filling the dream around you, confusion as her careful order is upended. A single dangling thread comes into focus. Wait. You can't see now how this will benefit you because you don't understand the danger you're in. Your enemies have made sure you can't, not until it's too late. I'm the only one who wants to see you walk free, but I understand why you wouldn't trust me. Of course I do. I've had to weave my own little lies as part of this ridiculous game. Please know that I'm not lying now. But even if you don't believe a word I said about your own safety, I'll give you something else too, something you need. As you are now, you're limited in your potential. There is much more you could be. I could give that to you. Consider it a wish granted. I only need to finish what I started. So we can gain another trait. And yet, all of these traits have already been useful, haven't they? Gain traits. Street smart. What a wise choice. The knowledge to free yourself from the rules of others by understanding those rules better than most ever could. Consider it done. Interesting. The thread is woven back into the tapestry of the experiences the witch has stitched onto herself, and Kanika is gone. Another hidden achievement? You don't feel all that different. You have to wonder if you were swindled. The very idea that you might gain some magical lock-picking ability suddenly sounding like you traded for magical beans, but what's done is done. And now you just have to find the nearest exit before the witch can rub it in. I know probably look a little different. That usually happens. It's not like I'm the same person I was before. Now that a new soul has joined me, please call me Carmilla. She's still talking to me, you know. In the same way any part of you talks when there's something it wants. I think she had a little crush on you. There are some residual feelings of that. A little nervousness when meeting your eyes. Though your proximity to Tabitha managed to suppress these feelings for the most part, she really can't stand your cousin. They were always there. Probably made all the stronger by the desire not to have them. Too bad you're already entangled with someone else. It might have been fun to see anything come of it. Oh, this is interesting. The farm. I need to go back there. I think the building was about to flood. Everything you had to do there has already been done. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm sure everyone managed without you. What's going to happen next? You're worrying too much, you poor thing. Things will be much easier from here on out. I'll take care of everything. I find it very hard to trust you. I understand. I haven't had much of a chance to prove my intentions yet. This all must seem suspicious to say the least. But at least you trusted me enough to make the right choice when it mattered. I'll prove myself to you, I promise. Now let's go home. That's interesting. Okay. I will save that, but then I think I need to go back to replay the 4th episode, because there's still so much that I haven't actually been able to get. So let's see. So I think me and Tabitha have a really good relationship in this one. And I just said the same sort of option that I've been starting with a few times about Wayne dragging me into the Forbidden Wing. Tabitha's saying you shouldn't trust it, you shouldn't trust anything that thing tries to tell you. What did you see? What poison did he try to infect you with? I found these letters from your dad stashed away in a drawer. My dad? But why would he? No, you're wrong. He's never sent me anything. He's not that kind of person. There are a lot more to a year's worth. He wanted me to visit? There's a glimmer in Tabitha's eye, just for a second, but she blinks it away, anger flooding back in. This doesn't mean anything. Perlan knew him better than I ever did, and she never had a good word to say about him, not one. It's easy to send letters once a year. Okay, but he didn't come back, did he? She was protecting me. She knew what he was really like. What if she didn't know better? What if he's still out there? What if he wants to see you? We could find him after the funeral. Why are you doing this? I haven't thought about him in so long. I was over it. Do you even know how bad it used to be seeing other kids with their parents and knowing one of mine decided he didn't love me enough to stick around? I guess you might, actually. After the funeral, is that what you said? Maybe. Maybe after. I really want to make her cry. It was hidden away. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been used recently. Whatever it is that freaked you out was probably just storage. I think those stone carvings we've been finding are part of some sort of curse or ritual or both. Okay. You sound scared. You don't have to be. We can face this together. Why would I be scared about there being more rocks? I mean, not that I think there are any more. Whatever, I'd rather not think about them. I don't think you've done anything wrong. The town is falling apart, Tabitha. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you can't save it. What if you let things go and left with me? Tabitha waves her hand, motioning desperately for everything to stop. Our family has done terrible things. Is that what you really want me to say? Is that what you really want me to admit? Fine, I admit it, but I'm part of that family you hate so much, and those terrible things were all done for a reason. There's a legacy, there's a whole economy at stake here. The mines have to keep running. They put food on people's tables, people who otherwise wouldn't get to eat. There are entire generations here who have gotten to lead decent, comfortable lives because the mines keep running. And don't you dare try to tell me how hard the work is. I know how hard it is. But this isn't just the miners we're talking about. It's their wives, it's their kids. Every single person you've met this week, even the ones who hate me, all of them depend on me keeping the mines running. And the only way they're kept running has been through the suffering of a handful of people, a handful of Scarlets. Tabitha's voice has become gradually quiet, mournful. Isn't it worth that little bit of pain if it keeps the wheels turning? Just for another decade or two? Just a little longer? She slides slowly down in her chair, deflating, as if collapsing under some weight. She lets out a long, pained sigh. Fuck. Fuck. Forget about all of this. You need to find the rest of those carvings, right? I know where to find more. We'll go together. The last 2 Scarlets, right? She can't hold it together anymore. The cracks in her facade of icy stoicism have become too much. It breaks completely and the tears finally flow. I guess I didn't realize how tired I was, dealing with this on my own. Yes! Cry, Tabitha! Yes! Weep in front of me. Talk to me, Tabitha. What's actually going on? You clearly know things that I don't. I'm not used to talking about this stuff. Don't rush me. It's probably just better if you see most of it for yourself anyway. But you can trust me now. I mean it. It's okay. You're not alone anymore. Tabitha glances away, hiding a fresh bout of tears. Stop being all nice. I can't stand it. Come on, we're going. Oh, I like this. I like a pro Tabitha playthrough. I really do. I guess it really is you. Yeah, it's so good. You leave your cousin's office together. Her usual tense posture has melted into a furtive exhaustion. The look of a cornered animal at the end of a hunt, ready to strike out, to defend herself with all she has. Oh, but you don't make it 2 steps before you're met by an unfortunately familiar face. Excuse me, ma'am? What do you want? Sorry to bother you, but I was actually, well, you see, I'm here on police business. Could you speed this up, please? I'm here to apprehend the suspect. The suspect. My cousin. My cousin. Officer, I assume you haven't somehow forgotten who I am in the last 2 seconds? No, ma'am. Tabitha Scarlet, owner of the Scarlet Mines. Of course I know who you are, man. Ma'am. Then you must know it wouldn't be a very good idea to test my patience by threatening my last remaining family member with an arrest. Do you know that? Affirmative, ma'am. But I don't serve the Scarlets, I serve this town, and being a Scarlet by blood doesn't protect anyone from the law. Okay, so you're going to arrest my cousin anyway. On what charges exactly? I'm still investigating the collapse in the Shaw mine the other day, and your cousin is the prime, so you have no evidence. I have plenty of... The officer's radio crackles to life. Sheriff, I'm actually just in the middle of a discussion, trying to apprehend. Your thug is trying to arrest my cousin on false charges. Everybody quiet, I don't want to hear it. We've got a situation we need you for, Franklin, so head down to the farms pronto. How lucky, officers, because let me tell you, if you laid a single hand on Boo's head, I would not have rested until I had your badge in my hand and your ass on the curb. It's a shame we're all headed to the same place. I have business up at the farms. Miss Scarlet, this sounds like it might be a very serious situation. I don't think it's wise for any civilians to get involved. Fine. What the sheriff says goes, but bring your cousin, we'll finish this later. I hope me doing that means something to you. It does, bestie. Okay. The cries of a presence that both desires to be alone, yet at the same time needs you in its presence. It's bringing something into this world, and it needs your help delivering it. But as you step into the fresh air, you find yourself having to dig your heels to stop you from taking another step forward. God damn, that go-up drives fast. Feeling that thing. I'm not sure I can, Tabitha. This one is strong. I haven't felt anything like it before. At least you seem focused enough. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, ladies. Let's do this shit. We have seen this, haven't we? Okay, approach the basement, saw it all, my family, the witch. So you blackmailed a witch for her magic bean so you could grow a boy. And you thought that was going to work out for you? Yeah, I'm the problem here. Avery, what the hell is going on? Oh, can you hear me? Are you alive? Okay. What is that thing doing to Bo? I'm really hoping that this is where Tabitha steps in and does something instead of us. But I am not sure. If it were up to me, I'd just kill the thing and be done with it. Do you honestly think this whole situation gets a happy ending? That's why you're gonna sit in that corner until I say otherwise. Don't think there's anything to do but wait. You've said enough. Why the hell are any of us just standing around talking about this parasite? Well, we all know it needs to die. Are we psychotic? I'm doing what needs to be done. Hell yeah, Tabitha. Hell yeah, Tabitha. She dives towards the garden shears at Bo's feet, noticing as Julius pivots his aim to her. Julius, no. Deputy Franklin seizes the moment. He lunges for his gun, grabbing and aiming all in one cop moving motion, turning Julius's attention away from her. 2 shots are fired. Tabitha plunges the shears into the creature's neck. It screams, and she strikes it again, and then it stops. A silence overpowers the room. The baby isn't moving. Bo, in contrast, shows clear signs of continued life. Can't see. Is he dead? Yeah, you got him. Did I save anybody? Yeah, you did a good job, Deputy. Franklin doesn't say anything else. Finally, the vines slacken, the womb no longer needing to hold itself together, now that the thing it was feeding has died, along with 2 prisoners. Jesus Christ, we need a doctor down here right now. We're supposed to help. What the hell is with the water? We have to get out of here before this place floods. What if we can't save Bo? Why did they have to die? I was supposed to help and they died. Hey, this isn't your fault. That was an impossible situation. It wasn't. There was something I could have done if I'd just figured it out. Otherwise, why would I be here? Okay, they're down here as well now. You all need to start arguing, get that big guy out of here before it floods, Bo. Come on, we're leaving. What are you talking about? But it is flooding. Do none of you see the fucking water? And we do the thing. Okay. Forgot you all day. What decision? How do we know any of this actually happened? What's she trying to prevent? You know, I don't think I've ever seen you without your glasses before. You're in contacts. What does that have to do with anything? But there's something about this that nags you. Of course, I should have known better. Yes, you wretched witch. Look at her, Boo. That's an evil hag if I've ever seen one. We know better than to trust her. The only happy ending for us is burning her like the witch she is. That's enough, Tabitha. Clearly Scarlet blood runs thick with you. And you're just as short-sighted as Enoch and Edwardine. And Pearl Ann. Shut up. Ooh. Speak the name that was carved into the cell wall. Much less dialogue option. And there we go again. What's going on? Is she winning or losing? Oh, Tabitha's mouth. Even if you don't believe a word I said. No. Pull the thread. The delicate tapestry is unwoven, the witch's careful work torn open, if only momentarily, as her daughter's hands are finally unbound enough to grab for their mother. The tapestry weaves itself shut around her, the cries grow quiet, sated. The witch is gone. Kanika catches her breath in the space once occupied by her sisters. Now she stands alone. Though she isn't really alone, not anymore, and she never will be. She wears the weave of all those generations of power. Someone has to. What did you do to me? Tabitha's lips finally unseal. Her mouth reappears, fixed in a confused scowl. That's a good question. Is she gone? Or is she what you were going to be? I can feel her in there, but she's small. So small it's like she's just a thought. Nico, was that really you, or was that her talking through you? No, that was me. I really believed them, I still do. There are a lot of ways. I mean... Have I been saying that to everyone in this playthrough? Welcome to the Dead Moms Club. I can't keep saying that to people. Okay. I'll be like, I've already seen this previously, so I'm sorry I'm kind of skipping through it. We should get out of here. Do you know how to leave? Okay. I like this ending very much. Fantastic. I do think it's interesting this episode did not end with a cutscene. We're just kind of done. So there's still a few things that I haven't seen. For example, I've not seen Oscar try to leave the town. I'm not sure what leads to that. I've not romanced Sybil. Just don't think I want to do that. I've also not done the thing where I romance Stella and then get to like a truce with Tabitha about it. I haven't gotten to the achievement that says like sacrifice yourself successfully for the good of the town. I'm not sure what that one is. I don't know if it's like giving your years and seeing Stella and Tabitha together and accepting to be locked away. Is it just accepting to be locked away? Not sure. But like for real though, I think I'm gonna leave it here now. I hope you saw some cool stuff, and I mean what I said about the false ending. Like, if you have anything that you feel like would be really cool that you want to point me towards, I'd appreciate it. If you are really interested in seeing a hardcore playthrough, or if that's something we should do when the whole game is out, let me know. And if you have any suggestions on anything else I should play, because truly I contain multitudes and it doesn't have to just be Scarlet Hollow. But thank you for being here, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I will see you soon-ish. Bye for now.